Everyone, I'm Melissa Jane Caralde. My speech is all about the pleasure of books by William Yon Phelps. William Yon Phelps in year 1865-1943 was an American editor, literary critic, and author. He served as a professor of English at Yale University from 1901 to 1933. His works include Advance of the English Novel and essays on modern dramatists. On April 6, 1933, he delivered his speech during a radio broadcast. His reverence for books was not shared by everyone, especially those in Nazi Germany. On May 10, 1933, Nazis staged an event unseen since the Middle Ages as young German students from universities, formerly regarded as among the finest in the world, gathered in Berlin and other German cities to burn books with un-German ideas. The habit of reading books is one of the greatest resources of mankind, and we enjoy reading books that belong to us much more than if they are borrowed. A borrowed book is like a guest in the house. It must be treated with punctiliousness, with a certain considerate formality. You must see it sustains no damage. It must not suffer while under your proof. You cannot leave it carelessly. You cannot mark it. You cannot down the pages. You cannot use it formality. And then, someday, although this is seldom done, you really ought to return it. But you own books belongs to you. You treat them with diplomacy that annihilates formality. Books are for use, not for show. You should own no book that you are afraid to mark up, or afraid to place on the table. Wide open and face down, a good reason for making favorite passage in a book is that this practice enables you to remember more easily the significant sayings, to refer to them quickly, and in later years, it is like visiting a forest where you once blazed a trail. You have the pleasure of going over the old ground and recalling both the intellectual scenery and your own real early self. Everyone should begin collecting a favorite library in youth. The instinct of private property, which is fundamental in human beings, you can hereby cultivate with every advantage and new evils. One should have one's own bookshelves, which should not have doors, glass windows, or case. They should be free and accessible to the hand as well as to the eye. The best of moral decoration is books. They are more varied in color and appearance than any wallpaper. They are more attractive in design, and they have the prime advantage of being separate personalities, so that if you sit alone in the room, in the firelight, you are surrounded with intimate friends. The knowledge that they are there in plain view is both stimulating and refreshing. You do not have to read them all. Most of the indoor life is spent in a room containing 6,000 books, and I have a stock answered to the invariable question that comes from strangers. Yeah. You have read all of these books, some of them twice. This reply is both true and expected. There are, of course, no friends like living, breathing, corporeal men and women. My devotion to reading has never made a recluse. How could it? Books are of the people, by the people, for the people. Literature is the more immortal part of history. It is the best and most enduring part of personality. But book friends have this advantage over living friends. You have enjoyed the most truly aristocratic society in the world whenever you want it. The great dead are beyond our physical reach, and the great living are usually almost inaccessible. As for our personal friends and acquaintances, we cannot always see them. Perchance they are asleep or away on a journey. But in a private library, you can at any moment converse with Socrates or Shakespeare or Caralde or Domans or Dickens or Shaw or Barney or Galsworthy. And there is no doubt that in these books you can see these men at their best. They wrote for you. They laid themselves out. They did their ultimate best to entertain you, to make a favorable impression. You cannot necessarily to them as an audience is to an actor. Only instead of seeing them must you look into their innermost heart of heart. This speech is William Lyon Phelps in 1993.